Hey, dear friend, have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself, am I really living or just passing time? Life is short, and every single day is a gift. But many people wake up, go through the same routine, and fall asleep without ever thinking about what their life truly means. Deep inside, we all know that time is running fast. Childhood turns into youth, youth turns into old age, and one day, life will come to an end. The scariest part is not death. It's reaching the end and realizing we wasted our life. Don't let that happen to you. Don't waste your life chasing things that never bring real happiness. Don't waste it comparing yourself with others or living only for money, fame, or comfort. Instead, live for something bigger, something that fills your heart with peace and joy. Life is not about how many years you live. It's about how you live your years. A meaningful life is full of love, kindness, growth, and purpose. No matter your age, whether you are a child dreaming big, an adult making decisions, or an elder looking back, you still have the chance to live fully. In this video, I'll share 8 powerful lessons that will inspire you to live with purpose and never waste this precious gift called life. Stay with me, because these lessons can change the way you see your future. Point 1. Value your time. Every minute counts. Hey, dear friend, the very first and most important lesson of not wasting your life is this. Value your time. Time is life. Every second that passes is a piece of your life you will never get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose a job and find another one. But once time is gone, it is gone forever. That's why wise people say, don't spend your time, invest it. Think about this. If someone gave you $86,400 every morning, and you had to spend it all in one day because whatever you didn't use would disappear at night, what would you do? Of course, you would try to use every dollar wisely. You wouldn't throw it away. Now here's the truth. Every morning you receive something even more valuable than money, 86,400 seconds. And just like money in that example, any second you waste, you can never get back. But sadly, many of us act like time is cheap. We spend hours scrolling on social media, watching things that don't matter, or worrying about people's opinions. Later, when we realize how much time we lost, regret fills our hearts. That's why valuing your time is the first step to living a meaningful life. So how do we value our time? First, we need to be aware. Ask yourself, what am I doing with my time today? Is it helping me grow, helping others, or making my life better? If the answer is no, then it's probably not worth your time. Second, learn to prioritize. There will always be endless things to do, but not all of them are important. Focus on what truly matters: your family, your health, your learning, your purpose. These things give meaning to life. For example, spending 1 hour reading a good book or learning English can shape your future. Spending 1 hour talking with your loved ones can build memories that last forever. But spending 1 hour in gossip or negative thinking leaves you empty. Third, protect your time. Time is like treasure, and people will often try to take it from you without even realizing. Be careful about who and what you give your time to. Say no when something does not add value to your life. It's not being selfish, it's being wise. Finally, enjoy your time. Valuing your time doesn't mean you should always be busy or stressed. It means living fully in the present. When you play, play with your whole heart. When you work, work with focus. When you rest, rest peacefully. That balance makes life rich and beautiful. Dear friend, remember this. One day, you will look back and realize that life was made up of moments. Don't waste those moments. Every minute counts. Treasure your time, and your life will never feel wasted. Point 2. Discover your purpose. Live for something bigger. One of the greatest mistakes in life is living without purpose. Imagine waking up every morning, going through the same routine, working hard, spending energy, but deep inside not knowing why you are doing it. That is like running fast in the wrong direction. You may look busy, but you are not going anywhere meaningful. A wasted life is not about being lazy. Sometimes it is about being active in the wrong things. Every person is born with a reason. You are not here by accident. You have gifts, talents, and a story that no one else in the world can repeat. But unless you discover your purpose, your days will feel empty, and your achievements will not satisfy you. Purpose is the fire inside you that gives meaning to every effort. It is the voice that whispers, "This is why I am alive." Think of the difference between a candle and a flashlight. A candle burns slowly and gets blown out by the wind, but a flashlight shines brighter because it is powered by something inside. Purpose is that inner power. It gives you strength to keep going when life gets hard. So how do you find your purpose? Start by asking, what brings me joy and peace? What makes me feel alive? What problem in the world do I feel deeply about? Your answers may guide you toward your calling. For some, purpose is serving others. For others, it's creating, teaching, or leading. It doesn't have to be something big in the world's eyes. It just has to be something true in your heart. Living with purpose changes the way you see time and energy. Suddenly, every day matters. Even small actions feel important because you know they connect to a bigger mission. For example, a parent raising a child with love has a purpose. A student studying hard to build a better future has a purpose. A person helping neighbors, spreading kindness, or sharing wisdom has a purpose. No act of love or growth is ever wasted when it comes from purpose. But here is the danger. Many people copy others instead of finding their own path. They chase careers, lifestyles, or dreams just because society says so. Years later, they realize they were climbing the wrong mountain. Don't let this happen to you. Ask yourself honestly, am I living my purpose or someone else's dream? Once you discover your purpose, protect it. Challenges will come. People may not understand you. But a strong purpose is like a compass. It always points you back to the right direction, no matter the storm. A meaningful life is not about being famous, rich, or powerful. It is about knowing why you are here and using your gifts to make the world a little better. When you live with purpose, you don't just exist, you truly live. And that is the secret to never wasting your life. Point 3. Build meaningful relationships. People matter most. When people look back at their lives, what do they remember most? It is not the money they made, the cars they drove, or the houses they bought. What they remember most are the people they loved, the friendships they built, and the memories they shared. That is because, at the end of the day, life is not about things. It is about people. Many waste their lives by chasing success, but neglecting relationships. They work endless hours but have no time for their children. They build careers, but forget to build trust with their friends. They gain followers online but lose connection with real people in front of them. This is one of the greatest regrets people have near the end of life. I wish I had spent more time with the people I loved. Building meaningful relationships is one of the best ways to make sure you don't waste your life. Human hearts were designed for connection. We are not made to walk alone. A hug, a kind word, a moment of listening. These small things carry more value than gold. But real relationships don't just happen. They require time, effort, and honesty. That means putting down the phone and giving someone your full attention. It means saying, "I love you, I'm sorry, and I forgive you" more often. It means standing with people not only when life is easy, but also when it's hard. Think about this. Money can buy you medicine, but not health. It can buy you a house, but not a home. It can buy you entertainment, but not true joy. What makes life rich are the people who laugh with you, cry with you, and walk beside you through every season. Relationships also shape who we become. If you walk with kind, wise, and positive people, you will grow stronger and happier. But if you surround yourself with negative, selfish, or destructive people, your life will move in the wrong direction. That's why it's so important to choose your relationships wisely. The right people will push you toward your purpose, encourage you in dark times, and celebrate with you in victories. And don't forget, building relationships is not only about receiving, it's about giving. Ask yourself, am I being a good friend, a good partner, a good family member? Sometimes the best way to feel loved is to give love first. Even a simple act of kindness can heal someone's heart. When the final chapter of your life is written, nobody will remember how many hours you spent in the office or how many likes you got on social media. What they will remember is how you treated them, how you made them feel, and how much you loved. So don't waste your life on empty connections. Invest in people. Strengthen your family bonds. Treasure your friends. Forgive quickly, love deeply, and never take relationships for granted. Because in the end, people matter most. Point 4. Keep learning and growing. Never stop improving yourself. One of the saddest ways to waste your life is to stop growing. Some people believe that learning ends when school ends, but that is far from the truth. Life itself is the biggest classroom, and every day gives us a new chance to learn something valuable. When you stop learning, you stop living. Think about a tree. If a tree is alive, it keeps growing. Its roots go deeper, its branches stretch higher, and it produces fruit. But when a tree stops growing, it begins to die. The same is true for us. Growth keeps us alive, fresh, and full of purpose. Without growth, we fall into boredom, regret, and wasted potential. Learning and growth do not always mean studying textbooks. Growth can come from many directions. It might be learning a new skill, reading an inspiring book, practicing English every day, developing healthy habits, or even gaining wisdom from failures. Every experience, good or bad, carries a lesson. The question is, are you willing to learn from it? Too many people waste their lives repeating the same mistakes because they never take time to learn. They live on autopilot, doing the same things year after year without reflection or improvement. But if you want your life to matter, you must become a lifelong learner. Here are 3 powerful ways to keep growing. 1. Be curious. Ask questions. Explore new ideas. Don't be afraid to admit when you don't know something. Curiosity keeps the mind young. Even a child grows by asking why again and again. You too should keep that spirit alive. 2. Embrace challenges. Growth is uncomfortable. Just like muscles grow through exercise and stretching, our minds and character grow when we face difficulties. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every struggle can become a teacher if you let it. 3. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. If you spend time with people who are always complaining and staying the same, you will remain stuck. But if you spend time with people who are learning, dreaming, and improving, you will naturally rise with them. Another key part of growth is character. Success in life is not just about knowledge, it is about who you become. Are you becoming kinder, wiser, stronger, and more patient? That kind of growth makes you a light to others. Never believe the lie that you are too old to learn. Whether you are a child, a teenager, or an elder, there is always something new to discover. Many great people achieved their best work later in life because they never stopped growing. Dear friend, remember this. Your body may grow old, but your mind and heart can stay fresh if you keep learning. Don't waste your life staying the same. Every day, grow a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little better. That is how you live a life without regret. Point 5. Use your talents. Don't hide your gifts. Every single person is born with unique gifts and talents. Some are good at speaking, some at writing, some at teaching, some at creating, and some at simply bringing joy to others. These gifts are not accidents. They are treasures placed inside you for a reason. But sadly, many people waste their lives by hiding their talents or never discovering them at all. Think of a lamp that is covered by a blanket. Even though the lamp has the power to shine, no one can see the light because it is hidden. In the same way, when you keep your gifts hidden, the world loses the brightness you were meant to give. One big reason people waste their talents is fear. They are afraid of failing, of being judged, or of not being perfect. But remember this, failure is not the end. It is part of growth. Every expert once started as a beginner. If you wait until you feel ready or perfect, you may never use your gifts. Another reason is comparison. Too many people say, "I'm not as good as others, so why try?" But your gift doesn't need to be bigger or better than anyone else's. It just needs to be real. A small candle can light up a dark room. In the same way, even your smallest talent can bring hope and joy to someone's life. Using your talents also brings deep satisfaction. When you do what you were created to do, your heart feels alive. For example, a teacher feels joy when students learn. An artist feels alive when colors turn into beauty. A kind person feels happy when their words heal someone's pain. That joy is a sign that you are walking in your purpose. But here's the truth. Your talents are not only for you, they are for others too. A singer's voice is for listeners. A leader's wisdom is for the community. A writer's words are for readers. When you share your gifts, you bless the world. And the more you give, the more your talents grow. So ask yourself today, what am I good at? What comes naturally to me? What brings me joy? Then start using it, even in small ways. Share your talent with your family, your friends, your community. Don't wait for a perfect stage or the right moment. The right time is now. Remember this. A life where talents remain buried is a wasted life. But a life where talents are discovered, developed, and shared becomes a gift to the world. Don't hide your light. Shine it. Because someone out there needs the gift that only you can give. Point 6. Live with gratitude. Appreciate what you have. One of the most powerful ways to avoid wasting your life is to live with gratitude. Gratitude simply means being thankful for what you have, instead of always focusing on what you don't have. Many people spend their whole lives chasing more money, more success, more comfort. And yet, they never feel happy. Why? Because they forget to appreciate the blessings already around them. Think about it. How often do we complain about small problems while ignoring the bigger gifts? We complain about the food not tasting perfect while forgetting that many people go to bed hungry. We complain about our job being stressful while forgetting that others are desperately searching for work. We complain about family members while forgetting that having loved ones is itself a blessing. Gratitude changes everything. It doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It means choosing to see the good even in the middle of challenges. A grateful heart finds light in the darkest places. Living with gratitude has many benefits. First, it brings joy. When you count your blessings, your health, your family, your opportunities, you begin to feel rich even without having everything. Second, gratitude makes relationships stronger. When you thank people, appreciate them, and show kindness, they feel valued. And third, gratitude gives you peace. Instead of chasing endlessly, you find contentment in the present moment. Here's a simple practice. Every morning or evening, name 3 things you are thankful for. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's the sunrise, the laughter of your child, or simply the fact that you are alive today. Over time, this habit can transform the way you see life. Ungratefulness, on the other hand, leads to emptiness. When people always want more, nothing is ever enough. They waste their lives in endless comparison, always thinking, if I only had what others have, then I'd be happy. But happiness doesn't come from having everything. It comes from appreciating what you already have while working toward what you need. Gratitude also pushes you to give. When you realize how much you have received, your heart naturally wants to share with others. A grateful person becomes generous, kind, and loving. And that generosity creates a ripple effect. It spreads hope and light wherever you go. So pause for a moment right now. Look at your life. Yes, there may be struggles. Yes, there may be things you still dream of. But also see the gifts, the breath in your lungs, the people who care about you, the opportunities waiting for you. Don't let those blessings pass unnoticed. Dear friend, a wasted life is one that complains, compares, and takes everything for granted. But a meaningful life is full of gratitude. When you live with thankfulness, every day becomes special, every relationship becomes richer, and every challenge becomes a lesson. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into treasures, and that is how you truly live. Point 7. Serve others. A life of giving is a life well lived. If you want to make sure your life is never wasted, learn the power of serving others. True happiness does not come from always asking, "What can I get?" but from asking, "What can I give?" A selfish life, no matter how successful it looks on the outside, will always feel empty on the inside. But a life of service, helping others, lifting people up, making a difference, fills the heart with meaning. Serving others doesn't always mean big acts. It doesn't mean you must be famous or wealthy to change the world. Service can be as simple as smiling at someone who feels invisible, listening to a friend in pain, helping your neighbor carry groceries, or encouraging a child to keep dreaming. These little acts may seem small to you, but to someone else, they could mean everything. History is full of examples of people who lived meaningful lives through service. Teachers who dedicated their lives to students, doctors who cared for the sick, leaders who fought for justice, and volunteers who gave their time freely. All of them showed that greatness is not about being served, but about serving. When you serve others, you also grow as a person. Service teaches humility, patience, and compassion. It helps you see life from another person's eyes. Suddenly, your own problems feel lighter, because you realize you are not alone in your struggles. Many people waste their lives chasing only their own comfort. They think, "I'll be happy when I have more money, more success, more recognition." But in the end, they discover that self-centered living leads to loneliness. The happiest people are not the ones who have the most. They are the ones who give the most. Serving others also creates a legacy. Long after you are gone, people will forget what you owned, but they will remember how you treated them. They will remember your kindness, your generosity, and your love. That is how your life continues to shine, even when you are no longer here. So ask yourself, whose life can I make better today? What small act of love can I give right now? You don't need to wait for a perfect time or a big opportunity. Service begins where you are, with what you have. Dear friend, never underestimate the power of giving. A wasted life is one that only takes, but a life well lived is one that gives. Serve your family, your friends, your community, and even strangers. Because in the end, the measure of a meaningful life is not how much you received, but how much love you gave away. Point 8. Live with faith and hope. Believe in a better tomorrow. The final way to make sure you don't waste your life is to live with faith and hope. Life is not always easy. There will be days of pain, disappointment, and failure. There will be moments when you feel lost or wonder if your life truly matters. But in those dark times, faith and hope act like light in the night. They guide you forward and remind you that your story is not over yet. Faith means believing in something greater than yourself. It is trusting that your life has meaning and that you are not here by accident. Whether your faith is in God, in goodness, or in a bigger purpose, that belief gives you strength when everything else feels weak. Faith whispers, "Keep going. Your life is valuable." Hope is the fuel that keeps your heart alive. Without hope, people give up. They settle for less. They stop dreaming. But with hope, even the hardest journey feels possible. Hope tells you, tomorrow can be better than today. And that single belief can change the direction of your whole life. Living with faith and hope also inspires others. When people see you stand strong in tough times, they feel encouraged to keep moving in their own struggles. Your courage becomes their courage. Your hope becomes their hope. That is how your life becomes a light for others. But here's the danger. Many waste their lives in hopelessness. They focus only on what went wrong, only on what they lost, only on the doors that closed. As a result, they stop living fully. Don't let that happen to you. Your past does not define your future. Your failures are not the end. They are lessons preparing you for something greater. To live with faith and hope, start by speaking life into yourself. Instead of saying, "I can't," say, "I will try." Instead of saying, "It's over," say, "A new beginning is waiting." Words have power, and the words you choose can either build your future or break it. Also, surround yourself with people of faith and hope. Being around positive, encouraging people strengthens your own spirit. But spending too much time with negative, hopeless voices will drag you down. Choose wisely. At the end of your journey, you will not be remembered for how many times you fell, but for how many times you stood back up with hope. Faith and hope make life beautiful, even when it's imperfect. They help you see the rainbow after the storm, the sunrise after the night. Dear friend, don't waste your life living in fear, doubt, or despair. Live with faith that your life matters, and with hope that tomorrow can be brighter. Because a life filled with faith and hope is never wasted. It is a life that shines forever. Final words. Life is too short to live without purpose, without love, without growth. Every moment you have is a chance to learn, to give, to shine, and to make a difference. Remember the 8 points we shared. Value your time, discover your purpose, build meaningful relationships, keep learning, use your talents, live with gratitude, serve others, and hold on to faith and hope. Your life is your story. Don't let it be a story of regret. Take small steps today that will lead to a meaningful tomorrow. Every effort counts. Every act of kindness matters. And every dream you pursue brings you closer to a life well lived. If you want to continue growing, learning English, and finding daily inspiration, join us at Impressive Learning English. Together, we will explore ways to speak naturally, think positively, and live fully every single day. Your journey to an impressive life starts here.